You know the backstory.
This guy competed as a walk-on, fought his way to a starting
You saw him grow.
Watch this run.
I think he's worked extremely hard.
You witnessed that toughness.
He got his bell rung.
There are many ways to describe Dalton Sturm.
It's tough as nails on top of being a darn good quarterback.
But one way to define him these days.
Dalton Sturm is
a Dallas Cowboy.
The story of Dalton Sturm is one that hits close to home. His home. A town synonymous with Lone Star history from the early days of the Revolution to the signing of the Republic of Texas's first Declaration of Independence to the Goliad massacre. All of it stemming from citizens who refused to back down, then and still today.
Always had a chip on my shoulder that I thought people have overlooked me.
It didn't matter to Dalton that he received no Division I scholarship offers out of high school. D1 is where he was going to play. So he enrolled at UTSA, walked on, and took a job as a waiter at Chewy's to help pay for tuition and books. But this was no deterrent. Instead,
how often did you allow yourself to dream that big?
Oh, every night. Every time that I would say my prayers or lay down and go to sleep, it would always be in my mind. And if I can get a shot to play in college, I know I can. I know I can work hard enough. I know I have the talent to just to make somebody's roster.
He did, though his Roadrunner debut came in less than ideal conditions. Late in what could have been a redshirt season, Sturm entered a 2014 game at Western Kentucky with his team down 38-0. Still, he hit all three of his passes that day, including a 47-yard touchdown to Kerry Thomas Jr.
It was a great opportunity for me to come in and play. Was it the best scenario? Probably not, because if not, I probably would have been playing another year here at UTSA. So, I mean, it all worked out. I have an opportunity to go showcase, and I think I'm going to make the most of it.
Now we have a whistle.
Enter October 3rd, 2015. UTSA 25, UTEP 6. An odd night that saw 2 storm delays within minutes. A night that would also set the Roadrunners' quarterback course over the next 2.5 seasons. In the fourth quarter, with the game still in doubt, Blake Bogenschutz suffered what would prove a career-ending concussion.
When I walked onto the field that day, I did not think that this would be the time and moment where I would become the starting quarterback for the next 31 games or however many games it was.
It's a span that included the start of a new era and a challenge from a touted transfer. But it was Dalton Sturm who led UTSA to its first bowl game. And it was Dalton Sturm who led UTSA to its first win against a Power 5 program.
You look at where he was as a true freshman here, being thrust into action, then basically getting beat up as a sophomore, and as a junior, improved dramatically, and as a senior, took another step forward. I think he continues to get better, continues to master the position.
No individual play more masterful than the run against UAB this past season on the CityWide Sports Network. A 22-yard scramble that maybe encapsulates Dalton Sturm's career. Nowhere to go initially, before creating opportunity, taking hits along the way before getting it done.
How often have you had a chance to watch this play since it happened?
Yeah, I've seen it quite a few times. I mean, I know I go to my grandpa's house, and he lives in Port Lavaca, and he's got about every single game recorded since I was a freshman or sophomore. And just the other day, we went over there for a crawfish boil. It was actually Sunday afterwards, and this is the first run that he pulled up to show some of his friends. My grandma said anybody that comes in the house has to see this run, so I see it all the time. I mean, it was a great play. I mean, just a team play, being able to just top it off with a touchdown was just a great feeling. At the end of the day, we didn't get the win, but the play is still, it was pretty good. It was definitely top of the charts for my career.
What a career it's already been for Dalton Sturm. From the small town with the big history to the big school with the young football history, and stops in between. Driven toward a future that carries the experience of the journey.
It gave me chills watching him at practice in the Cowboy uniform. It's so special when it's a local Texas native that get an opportunity to play for the Cowboys. And so I know that's a dream come true for him. He's come such a long way, and that's one young man I wouldn't count out. I anticipate him giving it everything that he has and being in position to make that football team.
I feel like I'm doing everything to the fullest of my capability as it is, but that just reassures you that, man, you're doing it for a reason. Like, you're doing it for your family, you're doing it for you because of the dreams that you've had. You're doing it for your hometown, doing it for your school, your college. Just whenever people back you, it just reassures you and just lets you know that people are really watching you and that the stuff that you're doing isn't going unnoticed.
You're watching Sports2Nite, San Antonio's only nightly 30-minute sportscast with exclusive sports coverage you won't find anywhere else.